Welcome to Tai Chi. Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at our waist, turn our neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the same way you go down, the same way you come up. 6, touching your legs. 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Shift your weight. Kick your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman. Opening up our stance, parallel feet. Choose one side, cross and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Short one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Practicing our good golden cockerel, remembering our good Tai Chi posture, sinking our weight to our 2 feet, tucking our butt, hollowing our chest, chin down, tongue on our palate, opening up our span, shifting our weight, using our hands to come up, counterbalance and center. Opening up a little bit more, center and up. Center and up. Right hand on the outside, kicking out. Holding our ball in a T-stance, rooting down, out and to the side, bow stance. Sit back, twist step, hold your ball, root down, out, bow your legs, bow stance. Sit back, twist, firm down, T-ball, L, energy up, across, and out. Here it is. Sit back, twist, shift, ball and T. L, bow, bow stance. Sit back, twist, ball, L, bow the legs, bow stance. Sit back, twist, T, ball, L, bow. Sit back, listen carefully. Multitask. Brush your knee. Out with your heel. Turn the hips and waist. Brush your knee. Sit back, twist, parallel and higher. Out and to the side. Brush your knee. Sit back, twist, hold your ball in a T, out and to the side, ward off. Turn the hips and waist, grasp the bird's tail. Contact, push out. Sit back, twist, right hand on the bottom to hold your ball on the tee, out and to the side, ward off. Finish up your rotation. Grasp the bird's tail. Pull down, pull back, look back. Turn, then square, then contact, push. Separate, roll back, roll up and forward. Sit back, cup, T, cup, hook, out and to the side, single whip. Half step forward, sit back, high pat on the horse. Cross at your wrist. Step out to the left, palms down, heel down. Up with your right hand on the outside to kick out. in, drop gently on your heel away from the back foot. Look through your double punch, 6 inches away. Sit back all the way, pivot, left hand, left foot up, and out. Today's lesson, hook, toe down, drop, halfway, veer to the left to set, up, golden cockerel. Down, hook, split, drop, halfway, veer to the right to set, up, golden cockerel. Okay, so that's a preview of what we're going to learn today. So I'm going to show you what you know is wrong, but how can I say it? I don't want you just to say, oh, it's not me, because it could be you. And you're going to say, it's not me, but I know it's somebody else. But that's not the point. The point is you need to look at yourself, because I can go to each one of you, every single one of you, and I can correct something that I feel could help you in your posture. If you don't have good posture, Tai Chi posture, then whatever you do, how nice ever it is in presenting your snack and grasping the bird's tail and knowing all your sequence is nothing. It's really nothing. All right. Just a really, and you know what I'm going to do, okay? But I want to try to get to something in between. If this is good posture, because my butt is tucked in, my head is erect, and I'm not beyond my toes, the counter can also happen, okay, which is incorrect. It can be something as little as this. And if you could see, my spine is no longer upright. It's leaning towards the front. Therefore, it's not correct. Now, this one's going to be hard for me to do, and I have at least 3 people doing it in my class. I need to approach them, but I sometimes find it hard. They know that what is good Tai Chi posture, but for some reason, they throw their back further back. So to do it again, this is what I see on our videos. To exaggerate the fact that they know that this cable is up. But what happens is that the back is arched. So you need to really look at yourself. So that's one of the arching of the back. And I don't see it too much in this level, but I do see a lot of this. Okay, and every time I show you, I always go to an extreme. But anything that hinges on shifting my back so it's almost sloping rather than bringing it back here is incorrect. Okay? And over time, this will be a detriment to you. So that's why we're so careful about trying to correct it right away. Here we go. Tuck your butt, head erect. Pivot out, shift weight, heel, bow your legs, rotate, stretch. Sit back all the way. Pivot out, shift weight, heel, bow the legs, over the hill, down. Sit back all the way. Pivot out, shift weight, heel, bow the legs, over the hill, down. Sit back, out, shift, heel, bow, down. Sit back, pivot, shift, heel, bow, over the hill, down. Sit back, pivot out, shift weight, heel, bow, over the hill, down. Sit back, pivot out, shift weight, heel, bow the legs, down. Sit back, pivot, align hips and waist, heel, bow, down. Sit back, getting ready, out, hold your ball, heel, bow, down. Sit back, out, heel, over the heel, down. Sit back, out, shift, heel, both the legs, down. Half step forward, hold your ball, spin it to the left, lift up your hand, lift up your foot, set it down, white cream. Weight on the back. Tuck the elbow in, drop the front foot, bisect, look back, multitask, heel, both the legs over the heel, down. Sit back, out, shift your weight, heel, both the legs over the heel, down. Sit back, out, shift, heel, bow over the heel, down. Half step forward. Sit back, rock the front foot, lay the root on your heel. Drop your front foot, center, higher, open, lift, ear, toe, heel. Pivot to the middle as you repulse the monkey. Center, open, lift, ear, toe, heel, pivot, repulse 2. Center, higher, open, lift, ear, toe, heel, middle, 3. Center, open, lift, ear, toe, heel, middle, 4. Pivot on a T, out to the side, bow the legs. Finish up the rotation to grasp the bird's tail. Energy center to push. Sit back, pivot, T and ball, out, elbow the legs, finish the rotation, grasp the bird's tail. Center, push. Sit back, pivot, cup, T, cup, look, hook, across, out. Sit back, pivot, cup, turn the hips and waist, parameter 1, middle, flip meet, cloud hands, middle, turn the hips and waist, 3 o'clock, turn the hips and waist, 9 o'clock, turn the hips and waist, 3 o'clock, turn at 9, cup at 12, hook, cross the face, out L, single whip. Half step forward, sit back, high pat, on the horse, up his mane, cross, out to the left, shift weight, up and out. In, heel, tuck your elbows in, over the shoulder, single, double punch. Sit back, pivot, energy down and then up and out. In, hook, hook hand. The toe comes down in line with the heel, no other way, and it does not come down with your heel. So put our hands down, hands at our hips. When we do serpent in the grass, our feet are important. The right foot is parallel or on a line of the flooring. The left foot has no weight to gauge where this is planted, you tuck your big toe to your heel, you draw it out as straight as you can, and that's where it should be. Okay, so what are our parameters? Put your heel on a tile of a flooring. Put your toe on that same line, drag it out, and it should be approximately on that same line, and only the toe. And what happens? The feet are parallel, so I cannot have it this way, neither can I have it this way. I need to have parallel feet and toe, and I have to have the toe in line with that heel. What happens to our hand now? The right hand has a hook. That means the forefingers are surrounding the thumb. Our elbow is bent. So take the hook, drag it out, and say this is not single whip or not serpent in the grass. We need to keep a bend in the elbow, so you bring it back. The hook is downward, it's soft, it's not pursed and clenched, it's soft, okay? To the side of our body. Now, the left hand is almost as if we're doing multitasking of brushing with the knee. It comes up higher, so it's going to go down, and it's going to come out this way. So what I said was this is the hook, okay, soft clenching, or not even clenching, just softly held. The left hand is against your upper chest. It's going to come down, around, and then it's going to go do this, okay? So when I talk about halfway down, I'm talking about this hand. It's halfway down. Then things start to shift. Okay, so watch it this way first, and then don't do anything because you're on the wrong side. So I just got through doing my kick out with my left, right? I could bring it in, I hook, I split, knowing that my toe is in line with that heel, knowing that I have to come down. So what happens? My weight comes down, everything starts to shift. This is my halfway point. My foot pivots, so I'm in a zigzag, just like I go, but let's like when we call out on a Tai Chi wall. It's not straight ahead, but it's veering to the left. Okay, so one more time. I have my hook. Hook, split, weight on that hook hand side, coming down, halfway, the pivot starts to occur towards the left, and I set. I come up, shift my weight, and I'm a golden cockle. Watch again. Toe, you're going to estimate where that heel is going to be. We're going to have to do the other side. Same thing, but on the opposite way. Split, parallel feet, down, weight down, halfway. Then I start to veer again, this time to my right to set. I shift my weight like a pendulum, and I come up as a golden cockle, then down. Okay, ready to try it? Okay. So left hand on the outside, left foot coming up, we're doing a kick out. Kick out, in, hook, left hand at the chest, remember toe, yep. Okay, so let's turn around and look at me, okay? Sorry. So this is what we're gonna do. We're taking it from the 24 in context. We're coming up with our left hand on the outside. We're kicking out. We're coming in, hook, toe, down. We're doing the last kick out. Left hand on the outside, weight on the right, kick out, in, hook, toe, down. Okay, so I see an error right now, okay? So I know that you folks are really smart, and I know that you're gonna have to come out this way. But when you come down, it needs to be parallel. Don't turn because you're going to hurt your knees. So do you understand what I'm saying? When you kick out, keep this parallel. You only start to move and come down on your heel. But what I'm seeing now is that people are thinking ahead, and this is what they're doing, which is incorrect, okay? Out, in, and they're turning already because they know they're gonna need to get out there. This is not parallel, so catch yourself, okay? Sorry, not everybody was in that position, but that's okay. Left hand on the outside, left foot coming up, and kick out, in, hook, toe, down, halfway, veer, set. Okay, now look at your position. You're supposed to be heading towards the left, not forward. Heading towards your left. Remember I said zigzag, left and the next. Then you're gonna come up, golden cockerel. Toe, pivot, hook, split, down, halfway, heel to pivot, right, set, shift, and up. Okay, so in Tai Chi, we look at everything. We micromanage ourselves. We look at every little thing because every little thing builds on the best thing. But if every little thing is done incorrectly, you're going to have to keep on compensating for that error, which is not good. So watch first. This is what you do. Left hand, left foot up, kick out, in, my hands are ready, my toe comes down in line with that heel. Parallel, not this way, not any other way. Weight on the back here. This is only on my toe. It does have some weight, but very little. Bear down, come halfway. So when I bear down, I can't keep this on my toe. That would be a misalignment. It's already hurting me. So this toe, down, the whole body comes down, halfway. I can't keep this hand up here. I'm going to have to tuck it here to my side, and the hook comes up, and I veer towards my left. Okay, without instructions now, I kick out, in, it's a lot. Okay, so we go in increments. We try to tackle some. Left hand on the outside, left foot coming up and out. Hook, split, drop, halfway, veer to the left, set, shift weight, up, golden cockerel. Toe down, pivot, hook, split, drop, halfway, veer to the right, set, up, golden cockerel, and then down. It's hard. It's one of the hardest. And it could be the prettiest if you do it better than I can do, okay? So this is what this is what I'm trying to teach you. Pick up something new as you watch. And next week's lesson. So we learned that the hand that is not hooked stays against our chest, something like if we were brushing our knee. So we can relate to that right now. So this hand that's against the chest is not parallel, but it's this kind of parallel, like my kind of parallel. And this is not clenched. This leg is weightless. You know that it has to be in line with the heel in a parallel position. When we get into this position, we're totally weighted down on the hook hand side. Why? Because when we drop, it has to be all here to keep the insubstantial or the forward foot that needs to move to be able to pivot on its heel. If there is weight on both feet, you're going to have problem shifting weight, and more than likely, you're not going to have the liberty to pivot all the way out to a zigzag position, okay? So that's the reasoning there. There may be other reasons that I may not have covered. So now going on, if this is parallel and weightless, when you come down, the weight, you firm down that foot so that you can pivot towards your left. The hook hand remains the same in a hook position, but just gets tucked against your side of your body. And I usually leave it close to my body because it gives me firmness and security, rather than out here where I'm still kind of wobbly. So it's not tight in, but it's against my body, so I know that I'm reassured. I'm veering towards my right, and my hand is like this. Now this is the course of action that I need. This is the course of action. Because why? I'm pretty much 50-50, if not 60-40 in distribution of weight. If I'm in this position, I need to shift my weight to the forward foot. So in doing so, I need this pendulum to help me to then come up. Okay? If I did not have that swaying motion, I would be totally legs, which is too hard. So we learned first when we did Tai Chi that Tai Chi is not just hands, it's total body. In this situation, if we don't use hands and we only use feet, that's still incorrect. So we need to use total body. Okay? Shifting of weight, definitely shifting of weight. If you go back to my premise and say it's almost 50-50, and we know we have to go to the front, here's a really good example. We cannot shift our weight to make it 80% towards our front because we know we want to get up there because we're going to flop this way. We need to be erect. We cannot arch our back because we're confused. We need to take another step this way and come up. But in arching my back, it's not going to give me the security that I need to come up as a golden cockerel in a good Tai Chi posture. So you can see in this case that neither of those postures are good. It's not good for all of Tai Chi to make that point even clearer. So going back to where I want you to be, on a line 45, and this is your setting. I call this set. Okay. If you're erect, we want to come up in this position. And when we want to come up in this position for a golden cockerel, here again, I'm setting myself up, centering my front hand, counterbalancing with the other, right? In this way too, center and counterbalance. So here I am, shifting my weight like a pendulum, coming up. Toe, watch the pivot now. All together pivot and hook. Split, down, halfway, turn my hand, turn my feet to pivot in a zigzag position. Set, pendulum up, golden cockerel. bend down. Also in a zigzag if you're looking ahead for maiden working your shuttle. What are we going to do? How do we get into serpent in the grass? We do our last kick out with our left foot. Here we go. Shift your weight to the right, left hand on the outside, left foot coming out, kicking out. In, hook, parallel, toe, drop, halfway, veer on your heel, pivot, set, shift weight, pendulum up, golden cockerel. Toe, pivot, hook, parallel, weight down, split, drop, halfway, tuck that hook hand, veer to the right, set, shift weight up, golden cockerel. Heel, way to the right, hold your ball. Okay?
Serpent in the grass is a very difficult maneuver if done properly. And no one here, including me, is really doing it properly. The way we're doing it is probably modified, but it's doable for the everyday person. It's really a lot because it takes a lot of strength, a lot of coordination. For instance, if you're coming this way and you're kicking out, this becomes the easiest part. And then before, you don't put your foot down and you're going to come out, and it should be, in fact, my foot is not parallel, but it should be parallel. And your hand is out here. This hand is here, as Lucille says, like you're doing a brush knee. But the proper, we end up doing something like this. Doable for the people here. I've been trying to make myself a little better. Coming down, the hand comes all the way down. And as you're going to turn this way, you turn your foot, but your hip has to move out this way. And that's not easy. So now you've got your foot where you want it to be, and then from there you snake along like the snake. And then you have to have enough power to come forward, shift your weight, and then try to come back up. One thing we can do, it's really difficult to go from this extended position, even if you have all your weight in the proper position, to come up and be even to come up all the way to the golden cockerel. One thing that can help us is if we stop a moment, and you see even the best sometimes, particularly the older ones, older Tai Chi masters, they may stop here just to get some orientation and then come up. So how you're learning it today is to be able to make you do something that's relatively smooth and presentable. But over time, it takes a lot of refinement, it takes a lot of looking and seeing where your body should be moving, and in order to get the thing done.
When you come out, you know you want to get to the right, but the toe has no weight and hardly any weight. When you sit down on this back leg, the whole body comes down, therefore the weightless foot comes down too. You want to pivot on your heel, no longer on your toe, so don't worry about this toe coming out. Okay, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but you're out, you're kicked, you come with your hook, you split, you drop, weight down. You want to pivot on your heel to come out here. So don't worry about quickly doing this. That's not correct. So what is correct? What is correct? Do it with me. Right foot on a line at the intersection of a block. Left foot, toe on that same line, drag it out. Hook hand, parallel hand. Drop down. What happens to that weightless foot? It has some weight because it's firm on the floor. But the weight, majority of the weight, 80 to 90% of the weight is still on the what? Right or left? has to be on the right, because when you get halfway with me, start to turn that hook hand, yeah? Then you can pivot on the front foot to get to the left position. And not all of you are in the left position, so we're going to have to come back. So why did that happen? We're just learning? Yes, correct. We're moving in increments to get into our ideal goal. We said we needed to come here, down. We need to pivot, and just the way we do after double punch, we need to pivot all the way to get to the left. If you don't pivot all the way, you will end up in the right. And this is wrong, because why? This back foot is a 45 degree and this is a 90. You need to come out and pull that to the right, to the left, to be in line so the hips and waist are all aligned to the outward foot. Okay, I'm saying a lot, but I'm not sure if you can see it more than you can understand it. So hips, hands at your hips, toe next to your heel, drag it out. Weight on the right or the back. Down. What happens to the insubstantial? It comes down, because the element in this movement is to weight down. However, the weight remains majority in the back. We need to move this insubstantial foot on its heel to pivot out this way. What happens to the back leg? Nothing, which is wrong. Therefore, we need to come out, down. The whole body moves to the left. Okay, can we do that? I'm doing now. In the end, the foot needs to all shift this way. This back, although this is the lead foot that pivots, it moves my hips and waist to this outward foot. It cannot, so see where this foot is here? It cannot just do this. This is torquing my knees. So I want you to remember that Tai Chi is a whole body discipline. It moves everything this way. Yeah. Okay, it's almost like Tai Chi walk. Okay, and you know what? Your hands will help you in this motion, but because we're just looking at feet now, we're on the last, right foot on the line at the corner, left foot on the toe, drag it out. What are we gonna do? We're gonna drop, we're gonna pivot, move the torso, hips and waist, and where are you? On your left, veer to the left. One more time. Weight on the right, drag it out, split, drop, halfway, pivot on the heel, turn hips and waist, veer to the left. Okay, now let's put our hands together. Right hand hooked, left hand parallel. Out, down, halfway, start to turn by pivoting, moving that back foot to a 45, set, up, golden cockerel. Toe down, pivot, hook. Okay, we're really getting into it. Okay, so this is the first one. So you see that everything is like this. This foot is not tucked behind there. It's almost as if I have the clearance when I drag back. It's almost like an L stance, okay? Here we are. We're going to use this motion. Shift your weight, come up. This is the one that you have to take home to do. I know, and I've estimated, that this is where my toe is going to be. Because when I turn, it should be sort of in line with that thing, okay? And down. So I'm going to give you and I veer now to the opposite side to set. Now, if I'm first one, and we're looking at how to estimate where that toe goes down for the second one, if I go back here, do you think it'll be in line with the heel of my opposite foot? No way. So what should I have done? After I came up as a golden cockerel, I should say, this is where my heel will end up and my toe in line. That is a closer estimate. So if you do it wrong and you estimate that my heel will eventually be there on this line as opposed to the other half line, you are in poor Tai Chi posture to do the next serpent in the grass. I can only show you, okay, so I can re-answer that. I put it here because I think that that's pretty much where I want to be. But I've gone through the mechanisms of where that foot should be. So I checked it and re-taught myself if it was incorrect. So that's an individual thing. And then you check it yourself and slide and see whether it is about. Then your body will then learn to recognize where that position is for you. Or you can get a partner and say, hey, get your foot there because it'll be in line. Or you can, I've never done it, you could tape your flooring and work it that way. There are other tricks, I'm sure. Okay? But I think overall, and so Ken, you see, does it differently. I do it probably not as good as him. We both don't do it as well as performers. The performers, we say, that's their whole life. Ours is only half our life, but it's getting near whole life. But no, so we have to take into consideration who we are, how old we are, when we started Tai Chi, and all the things in between, like flexibility. But I think what is more important is that you know that the weight is on one side. You know that this has to be here rather than torquing it here. You have to know all those elements. To know all those elements and then try to do it, that's what I want. We don't have to get fancy. Our Tai Chi is everyday Tai Chi. It's for health. It's not for the big time shows. And let's end with the 10 form. The Tai Chi posture, and here again, no matter what form, you can always do better Tai Chi. That will do a crossover for the 24, the 16, and all the way around. Okay, here we go, commencing form. Shift weight. Deep breath, think about what you're doing. Reverse, tuck. Good job. See you next time.